I rise to talk particularly about infrastructure and the failure of this government to understand that infrastructure is the key to future jobs and economic growth. And this is a budget that absolutely fails, a budget that has a $1 billion cut to infrastructure investment over the forwards alone, a budget that in 4 years' time will see the amount of money that is allocated to rail, that is not an equity injection through the ARTC, fall to $0. To $0. This is a Prime Minister who came to office saying he was going to talk about cities and urban policy. What we've seen is his 30-minute city policy didn't actually last 30 minutes. Didn't actually last 30 minutes. It's a 30-minute policy because in last night's budget, not a single new project approved. Not a single new project anywhere in the country. No money for the Cross River Rail project, no money for light rail or heavy rail in Adelaide, no money for Metronet in Perth, no money for new major road projects, just simply a continuation of their magical infrastructure re-announcement tour around the country. Well, it's coming to an end because projects are being opened. The regional rail link down to Geelong and Bendigo and Ballarat is now open. It's functioning. Projects like the Moreton Bay rail link will be opened in the next month. Promised, funded, built and opened under a Labor government, opposed by those opposite. No money for Western Sydney Rail, no money for major road projects. And we just had a speech from a Tasmanian. Tasmania gets total percentage of the infrastructure budget under 2%. Under 2%. A cut to the rail revitalisation program, a cut of $100 million to the Midland Highway. When we come to Victoria, of course, Victoria's percentage, to be fair, has increased. It's now up to 9.6%. It's just a pity that they've got 25% of the population. 1 in 4 Australians are getting less than 1 in 10 of the dollars. And they speak about Infrastructure Australia and processes, and they raise the East-West Link coming spinner, a project that produces 45 cents of benefit for every dollar invested. Well, I've got a proposition for everyone over there. Everyone over there. Here it is. You give me $100 today and I'll give you back $45 tomorrow and we'll call it a good deal. We'll call it a good deal. That's the proposition. And what's more, they cut the Infrastructure Australia budget. It falls by 25% in 2 years. 1 in $4 cut from the Infrastructure Australia budget. What we saw last night wasn't Budget 2016, it was Budget 2016, because the dollars simply don't add up. And if you today are not planning for the infrastructure of tomorrow, what happens is it falls off the cliff, the investment. You have already had, under this government, a 20% decline in public sector infrastructure investment on their watch. 20%, 1 in $5 gone. And what that will result in is lower future economic growth, lower returns in terms of revenue, slower growth, less jobs. When it comes to steel production, is it any wonder that the steel industry is in trouble when investment has dropped off the cliff? This is a government that has no agenda for infrastructure and in particular has no agenda for our cities. $50 million for planning. That's it. What a joke of a policy, which is no wonder that they're not taken seriously.